Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to go over Social Studies Weekly number 11 with you, and this one's going to be a pretty quick one, but explanation-wise, I think this is a really cool one, though, and I can't wait to see your answers. I think it'll be a lot of fun to do. Excuse me. So let me share my screen. All right. So Social Studies Weekly 11 is all about, if I can get it in the right spot here, patriotic celebrations. So once again, we see that we're talking about patriotism, and we started talking about that several weeklies ago when we colored the flag and we wrote the Pledge of Allegiance. So all of this goes together. And then we talked about national monuments and emblems and symbols and all that stuff. So all this stuff really does go together and just reinforces our beliefs as Americans and what we do to celebrate and honor our country. So this says, American citizens celebrate our country's history. We celebrate historic events that shape our nation. We celebrate heroic people that protect our freedoms. Americans celebrate and honor what it means to be an American in many ways. So I bet if I asked you to think about an American celebration that shows your patriotism, most of you are going to think about the 4th of July. And the 4th of July is one of the first things I think of too, because it's my favorite holiday. I love to spend it with my family. We usually go camping and we have a cookout and we might go to the fireworks. So I love the 4th of July. So maybe you thought about the 4th of July too, but if you didn't, that's okay. There's a whole bunch of other ones. So let's talk about some. So national holidays, and we know a holiday is just a day we celebrate. Some holidays we celebrate just in the United States, like the 4th of July. They don't have the 4th of July in other countries. We just do that here in America. But some holidays, the whole world celebrates, like Christmas. The whole world is getting ready to celebrate Christmas pretty soon, right? So Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So you're gonna read. I'm not gonna read to you. I think you guys can read it on your own. You're gonna read about Martin Luther King Jr. and we celebrate him in January. Or no, sorry, he was born in January. Martin Luther King. I can't think about what day it's on. I know February is Black History Month, so we'll talk about him come February. And actually, at the end of the year in our reading series, we read a story about Martin Luther King. And I know some of you have already read some of the little biographies in class about Martin Luther King Jr., like the I Am Martin Luther King Jr. So Martin Luther King Jr. was a very wonderful man who helped Black people in our country get equal rights to white people. So he's got a ton of history, and actually, even though he was killed, somebody shot him, but he could be alive today. 1929, I mean, well, I guess he'd be like 90, he'd be in his 90s, but he could still be alive if he wasn't killed, unfortunately. So, but he was a wonderful man that had a lot of great ideas, and he believed in peaceful protests and solving things without fighting. He used his words. So he gave a lot of speeches and had a lot of marches where people followed him and supported him. So you're going to read about him. And then you're going to read about President's Day. That's another national holiday. And President's Day, it says, is a holiday in February where we celebrate the presidents. George Washington was, of course, our first president. We talked about him the other day. And George Washington's birthday is very close to President's Day. Another national holiday, Memorial Day, is always the last Monday of May. And fun fact, sometimes my birthday is on Memorial Day. I don't think it was this past year, but the year before it was, I think. I don't think it was this year. But anyway, so sometimes my birthday is on Memorial Day. And I know a few of you have birthdays near mine, so maybe yours is too. So Memorial Day is a national holiday where we celebrate all the men and women who've died fighting for our country. So memorial, we remember then, remember memorial, okay? And there's a lot of parades and things held on that day. And we don't have school that day. July 4th, so this is the one I talked about, that's my favorite holiday, also called Independence Day. And the first the first Independence Day was celebrated July 4th, 1776. That's the day our country gained its independence from England. Okay, so you're gonna read about that. Constitution Day we celebrate in September, and the Constitution is a law of our land, and it has amendments, and when you're older you'll study these. I know Noah, my 8th grade son, he was studying the Constitution right now, so that's something you'll talk about more in depth when you're older. And then we have Labor Day. Labor Day is a holiday in September as well. And Labor Day, we celebrate all the American workers that have worked for our country and who keep our country running and together by building things that we need. So Labor Day, I mean, anyone who really works and does a lot, we can be celebrated. Everyone who does a part in our country for working and helping out others, right? So Labor Day, that's also a day that we have off school because we always have a 4-day weekend at Labor Day at the beginning of the school year. On the back, Veterans Day. So a veteran is a person who has served in the military, and Veterans Day was November 11th. So just a few weeks ago, and usually at school, the 7th graders put on a nice Veterans Day mass, and then we invite veterans that have fought and we acknowledge them and recognize them at a mass, but unfortunately we couldn't do that this year. But I bet a lot of you know veterans. Anyone who fought in the Army or even is doing it now, helping to protect our country, is a veteran. My own dad fought in the Vietnam War, so he's a Vietnam veteran. And maybe you have grandparents that are Vietnam veterans, or even maybe from World War II. So you're gonna read that. And then here's the fun part. Here's your activity. You're going to choose your favorite holiday. Fill in the boxes with your answers about your holiday tradition. So my holiday tradition, question, do I have to use one of these holidays, Mrs. Montini? Nope. You can choose whatever holiday you want. Totally up to you, whatever your favorite holiday is. Doesn't have to be a national holiday, okay? So you're gonna write the holiday name. Please use capital letters because it's a proper noun and we capitalize holidays, right? When is the holiday? Write down the month and the day. And if you don't know, look it up. Ask mom and dad for help if you need to. Think about what are the decorations and colors that you see at that time of year? What are the foods and drinks that you might see at that time of year? Like if I were to choose 4th of July, because that's my favorite, I might write grilling, like hot dogs, maybe Kool-Aid or lemonade because it's summer and that's refreshing, right? What's the reason you celebrate? And then what are some games or activities you might do at that time of year? Like if I was going on with 4th of July, I can talk about fireworks, camping, maybe bike riding, parades. So think about that. Use your very neatest handwriting, please. And you can just do little bullets here, or you can do complete sentences, totally up to you, okay? So if you want to just make a little list and do bullets, just do a circle, or you can number it 1, 2, 3, whatever. Now for the fun part, your secret code word. We did turkey, we did stuffing. Now I want you to write mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes. It's another one of my favorites of Thanksgiving, mashed potatoes. Real, like the real ones. I love real mashed potatoes, not the like flaky ones, right? So if you have this, you get an extra crystal on your desk when we go back to school. So go ahead and get this done, and I will talk to you guys later. And stop share, and bye guys.